What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. This is episode number 17, and we start today's off with an academy update as we officially enter the 1st of August, ready for the new season to begin with our two new signings for the Saints this year. Obviously, we just sold Oriol Romeu to Lyon, so I will be looking for a new midfielder this year, but we have got ourselves in David Raya as our new backup goalkeeper, and of course, a little bit more of a, well, let's just say big name coming into, with no disrespect to David Raya, Gareth Bale returning to St. Mary's. Like I said, I can see it happening. Released by Real Madrid in the summer. We've seen so recently players going back to where it all began. Gareth Bale, I think he's only got 1 or 2 years left in pro football. Wouldn't he love to do it on the South Coast once again, where the story began at St. Mary's? Yes. I am so excited for this. And as the first month came around, I did decide to send my 2 scouts out as well. Now, last year, of course, scouted England. I always scout the nation we're currently playing in. And I don't know why I say currently, as if we're going to move countries during the save. But also scouted France as well. We didn't get too many star standout players last season. In fact, there's only one player that made out of the academy. That was Jerome Martel from France. But I'm scouting bordering countries to England, and I should say nearby countries to England, I should say. And Southampton, of course, being on the South Coast, makes sense to scout France. But I'm going to scout Belgium next, not too far away. So Belgium, we know, great at producing young talent. Let's see if we can pick up some great youngsters here from the nation of Belgium. Anyway, Armando Broja, I decided to bite the bullet and try and sign. Now, we had around £48 million to work with, and Thomas Tuchel said, mate, are you high? Seriously? It's 75 million plus a 20% sell-on clause. And I didn't even bother negotiating. I was like, what's the point? I mean, honestly, I can't afford that. 75.4 mil and a 20% sell-on clause. And that's the key as well. Don't forget, it's not just 75.4 mil, but a massive sell-on clause as well. So theoretically, if we're going to take the sell-on clause out and pay a flat fee, you're probably looking more likely to spend around 85 to 90 million. Minimum, possibly, and why not? I mean, he's 82 rated, he's literally just turned 20. I mean, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get him. Way out of my price range, don't have the budget. I think he's going to stay at Chelsea this year. But I did decide to make a new signing though. As you would have seen, Jan Valery put up on the transfer list for this season, and he's going to go back to Stade Rennais. I thought it was really cool there. Stade Rennais graduate Jan Valery going back to Stade Rennais. Thought that was really interesting indeed. And also, for the new signing we'd make to replace him, another relegated player. And like I said, I'm looking for realistic signings in this career, and I thought this was very realistic indeed. Rico Henry, relegated with Brentford in the summer. We just signed teammate David Raya. Now he's going to join the Spaniard here on the south coast of England. Henry, really energetic fullback. As we know, when the guy gets going, he's absolutely rapid. High work rates. You know I love that on a wide player. And decent defensively, but I would say better going forward. I'm going to give him the defensive wing-back development plan to train up some of the defensive stats and the low strength as well. It will take him 36 weeks to become an official left back, but I'm not going to do that. I think I'll just take the quick increase in rating in 7 weeks' time and just adjust the position to left wing back in the team. As you'll see here, when I swap him in for Peral, I don't do it, do I? If I was to swap him in for Peral, you just press square, adjust the position, and you can choose left wing back, and it gets rid of the exclamation mark on the name. But I think Henry will probably come off the bench in this team. Perrault is a quality fullback in this side. I don't think Henry's going to replace him just yet, but I am thinking what I might do, because Henry is so good when going forward, really rapid, good crosser of the ball, great dribbling as well, is face Stuart Armstrong into the middle of the pitch and have him start him on the left wing where Stuart currently plays. Now, I did say with Armstrong this year, I was going to convert him to central midfield in this team because of the fact he doesn't have much pace and he's got great passing, ball control and vision as well. So I think I might do that. Have Henry as a left wing in this team, helping protect the back line, give him cover for Perrault as well, and having Armstrong play through the middle in this team as a backup for JWP. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Even so, we had a bid for Jan Bednarek after that, and it came from Ajax. Now, I was not against letting Bednarek go whatsoever. From Southampton to Ajax, is this Dusan Tadic 2.0? Well, I was definitely considering it. I said to Ajax, look, give me 25 minimum to 30 million and you can have him. But the bid fell well short of the valuation. And, you know, Bednarek last season was part of a really good back line that helped Sam win the Golden Glove. 20 million? Are you having a laugh? 20 million in today's market? 20 million for a player in his mid-20s and still getting better? 20 million? Really? That's all you're going to give us? To me, I thought that was a really insulting bid there, so I said, forget it. Come back when you're willing to talk properly. 25 million plus minimum. And I know it might not sound like a lot, only 5 mil, but really here, that's way too low for a centre-back of his class. Again, 79 rated, part of a very strong Southampton backline in the prime of his career. Nah, come on, man. You can do better than that. Even so, heading into the first game of this season, wasn't it fitting who would have? Is he a new prototype size for this season? Fulham, Sheffield United, Fraser Forster got them up. And also Bristol City as well. The Robins coming up too to the Premier League this year. Taking on Chelsea for the season opener. And Armando Broja was a substitute for this game. And I was thinking, Thomas Tuchel, he's going to be wasted on the bench. Let me have him. But he was saying no. And heading into the game at the worst possible start. Chelsea were a team who last year we were battling with for an outside shot at Europe. So for the first game at Stamford Bridge, it was a big one already. I felt as though I wanted to start off with a win, but I would take a draw on match day 1 away in West London. We fell behind so early though. Christian Pulisic, the American, giving the Blues the lead. But I'll be totally honest here, in the first half, I played really, really well. We were down by a goal, but Edouard Mendy made a couple of great saves on Gareth Bale, making his second debut here for the Saints up top alongside Che Adams. And despite being down by 1, like the first half belonged to Southampton. 33 minutes in, Ritsu almost scored a sensational goal, but Mendy is so good, man. Like, seriously, he is such an amazing goalkeeper, both in the game and in real life as well. His success story, by the way, I've mentioned it before, is so feel-good, heartwarming, and inspirational. If you don't know about Mendy's backstory, please give it a read. Look it up. It's so inspirational. It's incredible. But even so, we were still trailing by a goal in this game. Bale then hit the woodwork just past the hour mark, and I was thinking, come on, this is going to be one of those FIFAs where I don't get the luck. And with 8 minutes to go, he does it again. Edouard Mendy with the save in a man-of-the-match display in a 1-0 win for Chelsea. And Bale starting his second stint off with Southampton with a loss here in West London. 1-0, the final score. Christian Pulisic, the difference maker. And look at the stats at full time. Seriously! 10 shots, 3.1 XG. Chelsea had 1 shot in the game and they scored for it. But that is the AI on Ultimate. Now, I've talked about it before. It's one of the reasons I'm really liking this FIFA. It's a much more challenging FIFA this year. Such a bitter pill to swallow, but a loss on match day 1. But positives were, we didn't deserve to lose. Very unfortunate indeed. Even so, it's going to be another tough season this year. Anyone that thinks he's going to break into the top 4, think again. Anyway, following the defeat, James Ward-Prowse came to me for the 3rd time this window and said, boss, what's going on, man? The lack of transfer activity is hurting us as a club. We got to make some new signings. If we're going to play European football next year, we got to bring in more firepower after the blank on match day 1. So I said, you know what, James? If I've got to keep you happy by splashing the cash, that's what I'm going to do. At the end of the day, he's my captain, he's my leader. I need to keep him happy. So I said, okay, all right, I'll dip my toes into the transfer market once again. We've signed Raya, we've signed Henry, and we've got Bale, an aging Gareth Bale, up top as well. Maybe we need some younger blood, some raw pace, someone with creativity, flair, a great dribbler, and can score as well. 2 successive loan spells in the Premier League with Fulham and then Leicester last season. Back at RB Leipzig, only 1 year left on his deal. Future uncertain in Germany. Clearly wants to return to England, and he's going to do so. Welcome back to the Premier League. Adamola, look, man, 24 years old, 79 rated, got him for just under the valuation of 19 mil because he's out of contract at the end of the season. I often talk about it. If you're looking for bargains, look for those players that their deals come the end of the year. Look, man, for 19 mil is a really solid investment there. Very, very good buy. That kept James happy as well, as you saw the player conversation there. Glad to see you're on the same page. And look, man, coming in, I'd say that's realistic too. The last 2 years he spent on loan at Fulham and then Leicester as well. We're a mid-table side pushing for Europe. I could definitely see Lookman moving permanently back to the Premier League, and Southampton to me makes a lot of sense too. We do have 2 bids here though. One for Vokins to New York City. I accepted this deal here, and also one for Che Adams as well. Not quite as realistic though. Athletic Bilbao. Can anyone check for me? Does Che Adams have Basque in him? I don't think he does. So, yep, he's going to be staying here, of course. But Vokins to New York, to me, that kind of makes sense. We've seen a lot of players move on from England to the MLS in the early years of their careers as well. The MLS used to get this stigma quite a while ago now, about a decade ago, for being this retirement league. It's not like that anymore though. Like, the MLS is not like that anymore. It's really gaining reputation as a solid league to play in. And you do see a lot of players move on as well in the early stages of their career too. In fact, I think the Southampton players that have moved on there, I think Josh Sims spent a year on loan in the MLS as well. Even so, New York City put a bid in, I accepted it, and I think Vokins is on his way to America. Still, second and final game of today's episode, Manchester City, first one at St Mary's, and yes! After firing a blank against Chelsea after all the chances, I needed to see this. Raheem Sterling gave the visitors the lead, but soon after we were back on level terms. And with no Broha this season, someone's got to step up and be our main source of goals. And it might well be this guy, you know. Gareth Bale with the assist. But Adam Armstrong, who had a great goal-to-game ratio last season with most of his games coming from the bench, sporadic game time, scores a leveller and makes it 1-1. On the back of a solid run from Gareth Bale. So 1-1, 22 minutes in, great save there by Sam, keeps us still on level terms, but it was a really action-packed first half though. We had 3 battles of Man City last year. We had a goalless draw at the Etihad, but then lost back-to-back in the FA Cup at the Etihad, and also here in the Premier League as well. And with 7 minutes to go in the half, we were still tied at 1-1. We got the goal to get back on level terms, but Man City have played pretty well in the first half too. And KDB, oh man, what a baller. Fires in the goal to put them back in front. And right before the break, I was thinking, okay, we've not played too badly here. Just hold on to a 1-goal disadvantage, and I'll still feel we can get back in this game. But on the stroke of the half-time mark, one final chance for Man City, final kick at half, and this guy tore me apart last season at this very ground in this very fixture. Maxi Gomez got a hat-trick here at St Mary's last year and gets the third for Man City right before the break. So 3-1 down, heading to the dressing room, and I was facing the prospect of back-to-back losses in the Premier League. It's a tough start though, our first 3 games. Chelsea away, Crystal Palace away, and Man City the champions at home as well. But I didn't want back-to-back defeats to start the season off. I didn't want our first game at St Mary's to be a loss, and I still felt we'd get back in it. We weren't playing too badly. 26 minutes to go and the boys link up again. Gareth Bale rolls through Adam Armstrong, a dynamic duo linking up to make it 3-2, and there's still time. 25 minutes on the clock, only down by 1, and with 7 minutes to go, one late chance to level it, and wouldn't you just know it, welcome home Gareth Bale, number 37, the first squad number he had when he came out of the academy as a teenage talent. Oh yes, slid through, smashes it past Edison with an assist for Lookman on his debut as well. And what a thriller at St Mary's. 6-goal thriller, draw against Man City, battling back twice in the game and once by 2 goals as well. I've got to say, that is a solid result. And once again, I look very good when going forward in this game. And unlike against Chelsea, I took my chances. Gareth Bale may be in the twilight of his career, but this is one of those games where he shows he can still do it. He's always been a big game player, Gareth Bale. That Champions League bicycle kick goal in the final versus Liverpool. That El Clasico Copa del Rey final goal. Possibly the best goal in Copa del Rey final history as well. And to Marcus St Mary's second debut, how about a man of the match display? 2 assists and a goal as well. 3-3, I'll take it. And there's life in those old bones just yet. But that will end today's episode of The Realistic Career, guys. Big fan of you watching. Enjoyed it. If you hadn't, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode of The Realistic Career Mode very soon.